You a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the Villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
I'm Scotty, owner of 12 Rounds Boxing, with a personal invite for you to come check out my gym in Ocala, Florida, open 7 days a week from 10 a to 10 p. Come check us out.
Good morning. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome to AM Ocala Live on WOCA. And now, here's your morning host, Adam Micklin.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall this morning. This, again, for the fifth day in a row, overcast, cloudy morning. One difference, though. It's a little chilly out there. 46 degrees reported right now where we're at here at the Paddock Mall. 46 degrees and overcast with the winds picking up there now 12 to 15 miles per hour. Man, it's a little chilly. It feels like this is our winter for this week, and it should move on through. We should see some increasing sunshine today. 20% chance of rain to continue to want to fall before 8 o'clock this morning, and then gradually becoming clear and mostly sunny. Although we're only getting a high today of near 56 degrees. It'll be breezy with winds out of the north, 13 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, your low down in the 30s, 35 degrees tonight, mostly clear. And then tomorrow, high of 65 and sunshine. Tomorrow's low 43 degrees, and then beautiful on Sunday with a high. There we go. There's the 70s, back to it with Sunday high of 73. So it was a little chilly this morning, and it was a little wet too. So anything within the 40 degree range isn't too fun. So yeah, you might want to turn the heats on the car. Wear that jacket before you leave the house. Just a little bit chilly today. So this will be our winter one day for this week, and then we'll be back to some sunshine and some warmer weather. And even into next week, we're looking to be back in the mid to upper 70s. So not a big deal. We can handle it for one day. That's right. We can handle it for one day. Not too bad. Let me say good morning, everybody. Today, Friday, February 21st, we made it through the end of the work week, didn't we? Yes, we got a good show for you to wrap up this week, as we've had a good week here at the station. Not too bad. Good shows rolling on. Speaking of shows, today, after I'm done, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. with AM Ocala Live, we'll be starting our new segment, new show segment. That starts today at 11 a.m. with Joe as your conservative watch hour. With Joe, hosted by Annie Marie Delgado. They'll be talking some politics, talking some interesting vantage points, viewpoints about what's going on and the expectations of the 2020 Trump campaign and all the stuff that goes on with politics through the Republican Party, to talk about what's up and coming for this next election and everything like it. So stay tuned for that today. Today will be the first show of it. It's the Conservative Watch Hour, which will be starting today, 11 a.m. to noon. All right. Well, we got a few topics to talk about here in the morning to kind of get the conversation rolling like we will for your Friday. your chilly Friday. And one of them, again, with the NFL's commission and owners meeting yesterday, and what came from what we were talking about with the idea of a report that came out Wednesday with ESPN talking about the expansion of the NFL playoffs for more teams, to have 14 teams in the playoffs, and then an expectation to have one more week added to the season. So there's information to come about it. As we're working with the weather that we have to get ourselves into March, the expectation of spring, we got some information from the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission about some interesting things with what's coming up for red snapper season, and also with the horseshoe crab, so we could stay tuned for that. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM The Source, and remember, we are streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA The Source Radio. We're going to take a short little break, and we'll come back. We'll get the conversation rolling. AM Ocala Live, WOCA The Source.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, president of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Cloudy to partly sunny today with a shower or a thunderstorm in spots, high 83 to 87. Tonight, cloudy and cooler, low 55. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow, high 62 to 65. Saturday, sunshine, followed by increasing clouds, high 68 to 70. Sunday, some sunshine, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America. Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
And good morning. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA The Source Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall this chilly 46-degree morning. 46 degrees right now and wet with 100% humidity, overcast. We are going to see some sunshine today, folks. As it is, though, the fifth morning, at least as far as the work week goes. I don't know if I'm trying to remember Sunday. But with the way the temperature dew point has been all week, every morning it's been cloudy. With the overcast cloudiness, it's hard to get out of bed before the sun comes up. And it's also even harder to get out of bed when the sun doesn't necessarily come out, too, because once it's coming up, it's behind clouds. And then today for the treat, it got chilly. It got cold. That's okay, though. We should see some sunshine today, and it will be breezy, 13 to 15 mile an hour north winds, as the cold front come through last night. And just like expected, it came on through. But I don't think we got much rain. Everything's a little bit damp out there, but as far as actually getting some good steady rain, didn't seem much. But nonetheless, it's going to be cooler today and chilly tonight as everything clears out. We're looking for the 30s into tonight. Well, it is Friday, the 21st. We got some topics to get rolling for the conversation here, as we got a good show for you guys. From now, we'll get things rolling, give you a little bit about heads up for our Friday show. After the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour, we'll continue to roll with the conversations and the topics that I'll bring up here. 622-9622, give us a call. We'll run that to 8 o'clock. After the 8 o'clock hour, our friends Life South Community Blood Centers. We'll be talking with Galen for the Blood Bank Report, and finding out where the Blood Mobile is and where our blood supply is and all that good stuff. And that segment of our show sponsored by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center and Penn Flooring. We talked a lot yesterday, Galen and myself, about the expectations for the NFL's collective bargaining agreement that they're looking to have for the 2020 season, in lieu of adding another week to the regular season and incorporating more of a expanded playoff with 14 teams in the playoffs to do a little something like Major League Baseball was looking to do. Basically extend the playoffs a little bit so they can all make some more money. But we'll be talking about maybe a little bit of that and what came through, and maybe some other stuff, potpourri with Galen. We'll run that to the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour. And then at 8:30, you can stay tuned for news bits of news you can chew, as we got a little bit to talk about what was going on in Ocala, and some national news as well, and some other interesting stuff to keep the conversation rolling. At the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have Martin Suter for any new technology news. We'll have him in the studio to talk a little bit, and to talk a little bit about the, since we got together last week prior to the Daytona 500, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that and everything else. From 9:30 to 10 o'clock, once again this week for the second time, we'll have Robert Colin in from On Top of the World, with our friends On Top of the World, to talk about what they've got going on for the weekend with Shalom Park and the festivities that they'll have be going on the 23rd on Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So stay tuned for that. 10:05 to 10:30, we're going to do a half hour of the Trader's Paradise. If there's something that you'd like to sell, give us a call, 622-9622. And with that, we'll also keep it open for conversation. As we run Trader's Paradise, it's also about keeping things fun and entertaining, just to have good conversation with you folks out there. Here at The Source, it's Friday. We keep it light. After Trader's Paradise, from 10:30 to 11, of course, we round out our Friday show with Ocala Magazine, OM Radio. We'll have them in the studio and talk about what they've got, the up-and-coming, with only a week left with February. We'll be hearing about the March issue that will be coming out for Ocala Magazine. And that'll round out our show for the week, like always. And then stay tuned at 11 a.m., which will go from 11 a.m. to 12 noon, with Joe, hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, is our Conservative Watch Hour, a little political show that we'll be having here local to listen to the up and coming of what's going on with the 2020 Trump campaign and all that good stuff as they get this rolling. Something we like to have every week, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and today will be the inception, as you can stay tuned for that. So good show for you guys overall. And one of the things to kind of get rolling, this popped up here, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. This one coming out of Tallahassee, Florida. Some good news. Those sportsmen out there who like to do the fishing. This is something I actually like to get into this season. Today, which was yesterday, Governor Ron DeSantis announced the popular 2020 Gulf Red Snapper recreational season is set to open June 11th through July 25th, with a possible fall reopening if quota is available. This season will apply to those fishing from private recreational vessels in Gulf and Gulf state and federal waters, and charter vessels that do not have a federal reef fish permit and are limited to fishing in state waters only. Early this month, Florida was delegated authority to manage recreational red snapper harvest from private vessels in Gulf federal waters. Quote, I'm pleased to announce that our state's good conservation practices are allowing us to have a 45-day Gulf red snapper season this year, said Governor Ron DeSantis. Quote, Gulf red snapper season is always an exciting time for anglers and is just another reason why Florida remains the fishing capital of the world. Quote, Gulf red snapper is a conservation and management success story for Florida anglers, said Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission Conservation Commission Chairman Robert Spotswood. Just a few years ago, a 45-day session for red snapper in both state and federal waters was way out of the question and out of reach. Thank you to all the stakeholders and anglers who helped make this season possible by providing input and sharing information about their fishing trips. Quote, Florida Wildlife Commission is proud to be able to work with stakeholders to balance conservation with fishing opportunities for Gulf red snapper, and they're all excited to see what the future holds as the Florida Wildlife Commission takes the unprecedented step of managing this resource in both state and federal waters of the Gulf, said Spotswood. So for more information on recreational snapper regulations, you can visit Florida Wildlife Commission or myfwc.com/marine. That's myfwc.com/marine. And you can click on then recreational regulations and snapper under the reef tab. So that's some good news right there. That's a great news. 45-day Gulf red snapper season, and with the possibility of a fall reopening if the quota is available. So that's some good news there for anglers, for our outdoorsmen, fishermen. I'm looking to maybe jump on that this year. I'd like to take a chance with that. I got a buddy who's got a boat. And go put that on the water and see what we can come up with here this summer. So there you go, folks. We're coming to the bottom of the hour. WOCA, The Source. We'll be back after this.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Members of the House Intelligence Committee were briefed last week that the Russian government's again working through a disinformation campaign to affect the Democrats' presidential primary and help President Trump win re-election. California Republican Devin Nunes is on that committee and tells Fox,
Vladimir Putin is not running some operation with Donald Trump. There's no evidence of that. And so all this is they don't have anything to run on, and so they've got to make up Russia again.
The president's former advisor Roger Stone remains free pending appeal of a conviction on 7 felony charges coming out of the Russia investigation. He's sentenced to 3 years, 4 months in prison. President Trump says he's not going to issue a pardon yet.
I want the process to play out. I think that's the best thing to do, because I'd love to see Roger exonerated.
America's listening to Fox News.
It's the latest from Fox News Podcasts. The Campaign with Brett Baer, with updates from reporters on the trail and in-studio experts. Brett keeps you informed on the 2020 race. Go to foxnewspodcast.com and download the Campaign with Brett Baer now. Sharp, experienced, trusted. Shannon Breen is America's last word on politics, with live insight every night, so you can start the next day smart. Only on Fox News at night, weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Fox News Channel. America is watching. We've toiled and triumphed.
We choose to go to the moon.
And pushed mankind to new worlds. We fought for justice.
A turning point in man's search for freedom.
And freed a continent.
Tear down this wall.
But perhaps our greatest achievement isn't thanks to an athlete or an astronaut. It's at the very core of our country. Our greatest achievement is in your hands. Democracy 2020. Fox News. America is watching.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
We are proud to announce the Conservative Watch Hour on WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM every Friday at 11 a.m. Hosted by Annie Marie Delgado, president of Trump Team 2020 Florida, and her co-host Ann Vandersteel with SteelTruth.com. We are serving a higher level of excellence, and we are the only program of this type in this market. Don't miss your weekly dose of conservative talk radio. WOCA 11 a.m. Fridays, 96.3 and 1370 a.m.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clay for Kids sporting event to benefit Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida on Saturday, March 21st. Call 866-996-2182 for details. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, and prizes. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Clay for Kids. Call 866-996-2182 for details. Hosted by the NFL alumni. Come to the 7th Annual Habitat Strawberry Festival on March 7th, 2020 at the McPherson Government Complex. The festival will have vendors, food, a car show, a kids zone, live entertainment, pie eating contests, and all things strawberry. All to also raise funds to build a habitat home for a family in our community. Check out the website, habitatocala.org, and follow the link. The Habitat for Humanity Strawberry Festival is Saturday, March 7th, with breakfast served at 7:30. Free admission, $5 parking. See you there.
Ocala Magazine is the city magazine distributed throughout Ocala, Marion County, and the Villages, providing award-winning coverage of important issues for almost 40 years. Hi, I'm Philip Glassman, publisher of Ocala Magazine. Ocala Magazine offers a platform for branding opportunities for your business or events while covering the latest in local lifestyle throughout print, digital, and social media. Listen every Friday at 10:30 a.m. on WOCA, The Source.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Ah, the joys of flying from a major hub.
Come on, guys, we gotta go.
Wait, honey, but our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
I know, but traffic could be bad. Then there's trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk to check in, and of course security could take a while.
Skip the circus and fly regional. From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better.
Gainesville Regional Airport, now boarding with over 343 destinations in one stop. Non-stop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Miami. Fly with us. You'll be glad you did. For more information, visit flygainesville.com.
Cloudy to partly sunny today with a shower or a thunderstorm in spots, high 83 to 87. Tonight, cloudy and cooler, low 55. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow, high 62 to 65. Saturday, sunshine, followed by increasing clouds, high 68 to 70. Sunday, some sunshine, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live, WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. So we're back from the break at the bottom of the hour. As it's February 21st, and it's a little chilly out there, 46 degrees as we're broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. Increasing sun, though, today, as we should see some clearing skies, as it will be clear tonight, which is why we're looking at lows tonight in the 30s, mid-30s, but we can expect sunshine for the weekend, and that's what's important. So with Friday finishing out this work week for you, as we were talking before the bottom of the hour, we were talking about the good news out of Tallahassee for all you anglers out there that Governor Ron DeSantis announced the 2020 Gulf Red Snapper season. Tallahassee, Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis announced the popular 2020 Gulf Red Snapper recreational season is set to open June 11th through July 25th with a possible fall reopening if the quota is available. This season will apply to those fishing from private recreational vessels in Gulf state and federal waters, and to charter vessels that do not have a federal reef fish permit are limited to fishing in state waters only. Earlier this month, Florida was delegated authority to manage recreational red snapper harvest from private vessels in Gulf federal waters. And they say here that Ron DeSantis, quote, "I'm pleased to announce that our state's good conservation practices are allowing us to have a 45-day Gulf red snapper season this year," said Ron DeSantis. Gulf red snapper season is always an exciting time for anglers, and it's just another reason why Florida remains the fishing capital of the world. So that's some good news out of Tallahassee with as we move through this weather to get through spring, to know that this summer, starting July 11th, is the opening of red snapper season. Like I was saying, I wanted to get out there this year, and I got a friend who's got a boat. I'm going to make it worth his while to say, hey, let's get out there. Something else coming from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission upon that same note. They want you to report horseshoe crab sightings for the Florida Wildlife Commission for science. It's almost spring, and that means it's peak mating season for horseshoe crabs. Help biologists with the Florida Wildlife Fish and Wildlife Commission Conservation to gather valuable information about these crustaceans by reporting sites on an online survey. Horseshoe crabs mate year-round, and it is most common to see mating groups along the shore in March and April. Beachgoers will likely have the best luck spotting horseshoe crabs around high tide within a few days of a new or full moon, which we have a new moon coming up here very, very soon. And then in a couple weeks there, the full moon, which would be that Monday right after we set our clocks ahead or spring forward. So reporting horseshoe crab sightings provides important information about habitat use, population distribution, and environmental conditions for spawning to Florida Wildlife Commission marine biologists. Although horseshoe crabs have existed for more than 450 million years, scientists are still learning about Florida populations. Public sighting information helps the Florida Wildlife Commission researchers target spawning beaches for the Florida Horseshoe Crab Watch program, an initiative to collect scientifically accurate data throughout the state. So if you see a horseshoe crab on its back, help it out. You can help flip it over by gently picking it up, holding both sides of the shell and turning it over, and releasing it back into the water. Simple actions like this help conserve horseshoe crabs and the many other species that depend on them. So if you see something, report it. We ask the public to report the sightings. And with that being said, you can go to horseshoe at myfwc.com or by phone 1-866-252 1-866-252-9326 1-866-252-9326. If you see a horseshoe crab, let them know. Now, I was trying to think if there was something that I was reading not that long ago about horseshoe crabs, and there's something about them that they harvest. I think it's their blood or something to that idea, but Yeah, that's what it is. It's their blood. They harvest the blood of the horseshoe crabs. They say that horseshoe crab's blue blood is so valuable that a quart of it can be sold for nearly $15,000. This is because it contains a molecule that is crucial to medical research community. And with that, we've seen an expansive demise of certain populations in certain places of the country due to harvesting horseshoe crabs to get their blood. So that's a little interesting here. So in lieu of that, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is, if you see horseshoe crabs, let them know, report them. That way we can help the numbers and with conservation make them a little bit more abundant, considering that they've been on the earth for an estimated 450 million years. That's incredible. That's just incredible stuff. So there you go, folks. The horseshoe crab and this summer's June to July red snapper season. As we were talking yesterday, the idea of the NFL looking to expand the playoffs for 14 teams for possibly as early as the 2020 regular season. And then with that is the idea of giving it one more week in the regular season, and maybe with doing so, trimming some fat off the preseason. And this all comes with the negotiations of a new collective bargaining agreement and proposal that they were meeting then yesterday, as the report came out Wednesday from ESPN about the changes, and they were meeting yesterday to discuss. So this today, NFL owners approved terms of new collective bargaining agreement proposal, and they await the Players Association's vote, the players' vote. So out of New York, NFL owners voted to accept the negotiated terms for a new collective bargaining agreement on Thursday. Now it's on us, the players, who have a conference call Friday, with the league eager to reach a collective bargaining agreement with the players in the next few weeks. The current deal runs out in March of 2021. Team representatives were summoned to New York to discuss the NFL's proposals. Among these items in that proposal, according to several people familiar with the negotiations, but speaking with anonymously because they are not authorized to release such information, a 17-game schedule, which always has been a stumbling block in talks with the NFL Players Association. More roster spots per team would be a must for players, a reduction of the preseason, a higher share of revenues for the players, and the current number is 47%. Even an expansion of the playoffs, something the NFL has been seeking for years. Commissioner Roger Goodell suggested back in 2015 that increasing the postseason field to 7 teams in each conference was in the works. The owners would or could and alternately add a wild card team to the AFC and NFC, but are willing to make such a move part of the new collective bargaining agreement. Also being considered is a second bye week to go with the 17th game. Although almost certainly not for the 2020 season, they say. Now the expansion for the playoffs easily could occur this year, however. For the playoffs, that's likely to happen this 2020 season. As far as the expanded season for a 17th game, not likely till 2021. The current collective bargaining agreement was reached in 2011 after a 4.5-month lockout from the players, agreeing to a new one before the league's business year begins on March 18th, and could lead to several provisions being activated for the upcoming season. A 17th game would preferably be played at neutral sites, which one of the people familiar with the talks said we could include non-NFL U.S. venues, as well as Europe, Mexico, and even Brazil. Interesting. So, in hindsight, some big changes for the NFL. What are your thoughts on it? Give us your opinion. 622-9622. It's interesting when things change big like this, it's pretty much like we talked about with Galen before, as we talked to this to death yesterday, and the idea of trying to make some more money and all that for the league and so on and so forth. But this has been in talks for a while, but it looks like it actually may come to fruition. But let's hear your opinion about it, 622-9622. We're going to take a short little break, give you the weather, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
When you see the Mike Scott Plumbing truck, you know that experienced certified technicians are on the job. Mike Scott Plumbing has the equipment and expertise to handle any size septic job, residential and commercial. From pumping septic tanks to installing new tanks and drain fields. When you want the job done right the first time, then the first call you need to make is to Mike Scott Plumbing. Mike Scott Plumbing is locally owned and operated since 1987, so you get the quality you expect at the price you deserve. If water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Ah, the joys of flying from a major hub.
Come on, guys, we gotta go.
Wait, honey, but our flight doesn't leave for 5 hours.
I know, but traffic could be bad. Then there's trying to find a parking spot, then the mile walk to check in, and of course security could take a while.
Skip the circus and fly regional. From parking to boarding and everything in between, it's just better.
Gainesville Regional Airport, now boarding with over 343 destinations in one stop. Non-stop service to Dallas-Fort Worth, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Miami. Fly with us. You'll be glad you did. For more information, visit flygainesville.com.
Cloudy to partly sunny today with a shower or a thunderstorm in spots, high 83 to 87. Tonight, cloudy and cooler, low 55. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow, 62 to 65. Saturday, sunshine, followed by increasing clouds, high 68 to 70. Sunday, some sunshine, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's almost springtime to spruce up that yard or garden, and that means the first thing you do is check out Bob's big ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. Then head on over to their store on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Some of this week's best buys are roses. Get gorgeous double red knockout roses, drift roses for just $19.99. Everyone loves Laura Pedlam. You can get 6 for just $29.99. Confederate jasmine, a local favorite, regularly $9.99. You get 2 for $12.99. Azaleas, you won't believe the huge selection. Best of all, Bob still sells your favorite dwarf ever-blooming red ruffles for only $3.99. Be sure to bring the whole family to the Camellia Show Spectacular. It's 5 acres of gorgeous blooming camellias, many rare and exotic specimens, all in full bloom. The place is Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4:30, including Saturday. On Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, the same blooming place since 1952.
Justice League Estate Sales. With great customer service in a time of need. Liquidating a home and vehicle is hard enough. Let the Justice League Estate Sales family-owned team help. They have highly trained appraisers available to work with you. The Justice League Estate Sales name was inspired by a boy named Justice and the Autism Awareness Organization. Please visit www.justiceleagueestatesales.com for upcoming sales. And tune in every Tuesday at 10:35 a.m. on WOCA and learn how the team can help you. Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Jean Powell, Past Chamoy. Jean and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you peace, love, and joy in 2020. Now is the perfect time to fence row spray for weed control, rototilling for your winter gardens, and stump grinding. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Cloudy to partly sunny today with a shower or a thunderstorm in spots, high 83 to 87. Tonight, cloudy and cooler, low 55. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow, high 62 to 65. Saturday, sunshine, followed by increasing clouds, high 68 to 70. Sunday, some sunshine, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Brian May.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good morning, everybody. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. And before we took a little break there, we were talking about some good news out of Tallahassee for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Talking about the Governor Ron DeSantis announcing the 2020 Gulf Red Snapper season, as it will go from open June 11th to July 25th for 45 days of Gulf Red Snapper season, with maybe an expectation for a fall reopening if quota is available. One of the other things that I had mentioned in lieu of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission was that come out this week for a report that says if you do see horseshoe crab sightings, considering it's almost spring, that means their peak mating season is coming into fruition, that if you see any horseshoe crab sightings, to report them. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, you can report the sightings at myfwc.com/horseshoe crabs or horseshoe at myfwc.com via email. You can also call 1-866-252-9326. And it's important for the expectations of making sure that that animal is well within its ecosystem there to continue to stay healthy with its population. Because one of the things I mentioned before was that I had seen something, this was a few months ago, and I didn't know this, come through one of my social media feeds, was an article about how we harvest the blood of horseshoe crabs. And the idea of it was each year, 500,000 horseshoe crabs are captured and bled alive to create an unparalleled biomedical technology. And the crazy thing is about the blood that everybody notices first of a horseshoe crab is that it's blue, baby blue blood. Now, this is crazy because horseshoe crabs use what they call hemocyanin, if I can say that right, hemocyanin, to carry oxygen through their blood. Because of the copper present in the hemocyanin, their blood is blue. Their blood contains how do I say that? Amboseites, I think that's how you say it. Amboseites, which are playing a familiar role to our white blood cells of vertebrates in defending organisms against pathogens. So that is coincidentally in the idea that they used for the detection of bacterial endotoxins in medical applications. Therefore, the harvest for horseshoe crab blood is in high demand. The harvest of which involves collecting and bleeding the animals and then releasing them back into the sea. Most of the animals do survive the process. Mortality is correlated with both the amount of blood extracted from the individual animal and then the stress experienced during the handling and the transportation. But approximately 500,000 are harvested annually, which is incredible. So there you go. So it's something that I never knew up until a few months ago. And I always knew these creatures to be old, like we were talking about. The idea is that they assume in hypothesis are actually just basically that these horseshoe crabs may have existed more than 450 million years, for more than 450 million years. So this ancient creature has baby blue blood that is, like they say, a how did they put it? A unparalleled biomedical technology. And it's just something crazy to think that, so horseshoe crab's blood carries oxygen through it, and with the copper that is present in this hemocyanin, it's what's used to carry the oxygen through their blue blood, it carries these amobostes. I don't know if saying this stuff right, it's just hard to pronounce, but nonetheless, it acts as a similar role to white blood cells. So they're actually looking at, as far as the progress of science here, to see what it can do to heal us humans. So there's a little fun fact for you, nonetheless. So interesting stuff. With that too, we were talking about the NFL owners approved the terms of a new collective bargaining agreement proposal and just wait a players' vote to see about adding a 17th game to the schedule, which would happen in 2021, and then the expanse of playoffs, which could happen as early as 2020's season. So we're talking about that as well. We're coming up to the top of the 8 o'clock hour on this Friday, February 21st. Broadcasting to you live from the Paddock Mall. And with that, after we take a break at the 8 o'clock hour, of course, we'll have our friends at Life South Community Blood Centers. We'll be talking with Galen, and we'll go from there. You're listening to 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source, and streaming live, YouTube Live, WOCA, The Source Radio. We'll be back after this.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's the last full day of campaigning for Democrats before tomorrow's presidential caucuses in Nevada. President Trump at a rally in Colorado Springs critiquing the Democrats' debate performances the other night, including Mike Bloomberg's.
I was going to send him